I asked ChatGPT to give me a 30-day roadmap to begin my software development career, and I'm going to show you the entire journey. Alright, so we are on day 2, and the learning objective for today is to learn variables, specifically the integer, float, string, and our task is to store and print your name, age, and favorite number. So here we are, and I made myself a new file for today's date. We are talking about variables. Now, a variable is just a symbol that holds a piece of data, and to declare one in Python, it's very easy. Now, the first thing we're going to talk about is variable naming. The common ways to name variables is by using what is called camel case. We're going to create a variable called your name. So you want to do it where the first word starts with a lowercase and any word after that starts with an uppercase. Now, when you're declaring a variable, there is no spaces in your variable name. The other option, you could write your underscore name. Now, you can't really see it because of the error message, but there's an underscore. So those are the two most common ways to name your variables. I like to use the camel case. Also, when you are naming variables, you want to make sure they have a name that makes sense. You don't want to have variable 1 or variable 2 because those are like very ambiguous names. You want to kind of make the name make sense with what you're storing in there. Now we're talking about variables here, so I'm going to go through the different kinds that there are, starting with the integer. So let's say I'm talking about my favorite number, and you want to write equals because you're making favorite number equal to a certain data. Let's say my favorite number is 100. You've made your first variable. Now this is for integers. If you want to do a floating number is a number that has a decimal. So let's say my favorite float number is equal to 1.5. Now a string is a word or a phrase or anything, just anything that contains words. So let's say my name is equal to, and for strings you want to use quotations around it, and I'll write red. Now the objective for today is to write your name, age, and favorite number. I'm just going to do channel stats for my main channel. So let's say channel name is equal to red. Since it's a string, we have the quotation marks. And I'll do sub count is equal to 264. So you could also print out variables as well. So I'm going to write print channel name and then print sub count. And if we look at the bottom, there we go. So on one line we have bread, and then on the other line we have 264. And that is the basics of Python variables. So I'll see you tomorrow.